Hope you had a great weekend, and thank you for starting a new week with CNN Student News. I'm Carl Azus. First up, Australia. The country and continent just wrapped up hosting the G20 summit. G20 is short for Group of 20. Its membership includes the biggest advanced and emerging economies in the world. Its delegates represent 2/3 of the world's population and 85% of its gross domestic product. That factors into an agreement made at this year's G20. The thousands of delegates attending pledged to try to improve the global economy. How? By spending money, governments investing in new projects for their countries. The leaders hope to create millions of jobs by doing it, but an agreement is not the same as action, so it remains to be seen if everyone follows through. From the South Pacific, we're moving to Mexico. This is a country that has struggled with corruption in its government, judges, and police. In the city of Iguala, the mayor has been charged as the probable mastermind in the disappearance of 43 students. They joined a political protest and were captured by police on September 26th. No sign of them since. Authorities say police turned them over to a gang that later killed them. Some don't believe it.
In Guerrero, they're known for some of the most explosive demonstrations.
The fire department has just arrived, but guess what? Not only are the cars burning, but the inside of the building is also burning.
All this in support of the search for 43 missing students. Lunging at police. A CNN camera catches protesters taking an officer captive during a tug-of-war over a bridge. He was later released. The protesters are members of a teachers' union from all over the southern Mexican state of Guerrero. When night falls, a stark contrast. Soft-spoken people enjoying time with friends and family. The protesters granted CNN rare access inside their tent city in the main square of Guerrero's capital. They shut down City Hall and moved in days after the 43 students went missing. It's been more than a month. The announcement more than a week ago by Mexico's Attorney General that 3 drug gang members confessed to killing the students only made the protesters more angry. To date, no DNA evidence has been presented. They don't plan to go anywhere until the students are found, even raising their own flag in the city square.
Cold weather. It's about to blast the U.S. again from the Plains states to the southeast. It'll mean colder than normal temperatures until this weekend. We've defined a lot of related terms lately: bomb cyclone, polar vortex, jet stream. Here's another factor that's blocking things up.
You see the Greek letter omega on fraternities, sororities. We use the word omega a lot. But what in weather is an omega block? If temperatures are normal all over the country, it's called zonal flow. The jet stream way up in the sky, 35, 40,000 feet, goes straight across the country. That's when everyone's normal. There's not many normal days. When you get a block in the atmosphere, it's like a roadblock. It's like having to drive around something. And this roadblock, we call it the omega block because it looks like the Greek letter omega. It's when the jet stream wants to go straight across, but has to get turned hard and up to the north and then back down to the south. And when that happens, it can stay there for weeks. And that's the rub. It doesn't move. Typically, omega blocks don't create blizzards. They create cold outbreaks. If you're under the omega block, you're going to be very warm. It just depends on where you are in that shape. A lot of weather patterns get blamed on climate change. This is not part of climate change. This is a block in the atmosphere that happens all the time. It's been happening for thousands of years. And typically, as the jet stream moves across the country, either from west to east or wherever you live, you will see that the weather changes. It gets warm, it gets cold, it gets warm, it gets cold. But when this block happens right in the middle of the country, any country, that's when the weather doesn't change. You can be 105, so you have to protect your crops, you have to protect yourself, make sure you drink a lot of water, or you can be 25 degrees below zero. You have to make sure that you're protected, the pets are protected, check on the elderly, make sure your furnace is working properly.
If you're planning to take the SAT or any advanced placement, AP classes, you'll be studying curriculum determined by the College Board. It's a nonprofit group whose goals include preparing U.S. high school students for college. It's made some changes to its AP U.S. history curriculum, which critics say focus too much on social controversies and the dark side of American history. and not enough on positive aspects of it. For instance, it doesn't mention people like Ben Franklin and Martin Luther King Jr. Supporters of these changes say they're not telling kids what to think or teachers what to teach. Sarah Ganem explores the conversations taking place at local school boards across the U.S.
Watch me, okay, because we're going to get ready for our activity today.
American history is full of pitched battles fought over ideas and freedoms and actions.
I love how enthusiastic you are about learning. The material I'm having you read is really challenging you guys in the best kind of way.
A new framework introduced by the College Board for teaching AP US history is causing controversy across the country, spurred by conservatives who fear it doesn't promote patriotism. In Jefferson County, Colorado, the course is under attack by some members of the school board. They feel it does not emphasize key parts of American history, like the Founding Fathers and religious influences.
You know, there's a national dialogue around AP US history, and a lot of concerns have been raised about the balance in that new curriculum.
I was insulted.
Teachers like Stephanie Rossi say the College Board framework is just that, a framework. It doesn't dictate everything taught. And she says teachers would never ignore history. Objections to the College Board's new framework first showed up in a conservative group op-ed. It caught the attention of the Texas State School Board, and the wording from a resolution there was copied to an RNC talking points memo. It reads, quote, "The framework presents a biased and inaccurate view of many important events in American history." Those exact words made their way into school board resolutions in North Carolina and Nebraska, also criticizing the new framework. And when Jefferson County, Colorado's school board picked up the issue, one member proposed that teaching materials, quote, "promote citizenship, patriotism, and respect for authority." In Jefferson County, students protested, accusing the school board of censorship. The College Board also responded firmly, saying content such as the Founding Fathers and the Civil Rights Movement is considered essential. Quote, "In the face of these attacks, AP teachers and students, our member institutions, and the American people can rest assured the College Board will not compromise the integrity of the Advanced Placement Program."
In my opinion, we have to teach the good, the bad, the ugly. We need to make sure that our kids understand what it means to be an American.
We were elected by significant margins because Jefferson County has a population that believes that reform in education is needed.
The conservatives prevailed, and a committee is being formed to review AP US history.
Be it therefore ordered and enacted.
In Stephanie Rossi's class, the real lesson for students this year may be in civics as much as in AP US history. Sarah Ganem, CNN, Golden, Colorado.
On Friday's transcript page at cnnstudentnews.com, here are 3 of the schools that requested a mention on our show. In the Granite State, we've got the Riptides watching from Rye, New Hampshire, Rye Junior High School. It's only natural to call out the natural state next. Des Arc, Arkansas is home of the Eagles at Des Arc High School. And nearby in the sunflower state of Kansas at Washburn Rural High School, how about the Junior Blues? They're online at Washburn Rural High School. Some Guinness World Records are hilarious. They don't just certify the fastest 100-meter hurdles, they do it for someone wearing swim fins. Well, this certainly fits the mold. The fastest 100 meters on all fours. Doesn't look as cool as when animals do it. High school records for this sprint on 2 feet hover around 10 seconds. On 4, the Guinness World Record was set at 15.86 seconds. But there's no clock on the silliness scale. 4 reasons why that was great. Took a combo of fancy footwork and handy work. The competition had serious legs. It was 4 on the floor, all hands on deck, and no matter who won, it was defeatist, y'all. Gotta give them a hand. I'm Carl Azus, and CNN Student News has gotta run.